Hello, GPT. Hi there. I'm David. First of all, I want to make it clear that I'm just a student, not a teacher.
Hi, David. Nice to hear from you. No worries. I understand you're a student here to practice English. How can I assist you today?
Okay, let's keep going. Let me tell you something. This YouTube channel is not it's not about teaching English to someone else. It show my own process of improving in English speaking. That's the purpose of this channel. I just want to show that every I just want to show that even elderly person like me who don't use English in daily lives can learn to speak English. What do you say about this?
That sounds like a great purpose for your channel, David. You're showing that language learning is a continuous journey and that it's never too late to start. By sharing your progress, you're inspiring others in similar situations to believe in their potential to learn English. Keep up the great work.
Okay, I got it. I couldn't agree more. Even if it's just a simple sentence conversation without significant learning or meaningful discussions, I think just spending time with ChatGPT, I mean you, is very valuable learning process.
Absolutely, David. Every moment you spend communicating in English, even in simple conversations, contributes to your learning. Engaging with different topics, practicing sentence structures, and listening to native pronunciation all play a vital role in improving your skills. It's fantastic that you see value in our conversations.
Okay, I appreciate your kind of comment. Okay, let's keep going. Many people suggest to me their own method after, I mean, various their own learning method after seeing how I practice English speaking. They saying like this, try this way, try like this, try that way. But honestly speaking, it was really difficult to follow them exactly. I don't know. Honestly speaking, I don't know which method is the best for me. But I plan to keep, I plan to keep going steadily with my own approach method. So I make myself clear. Do you agree with that?
Yes, you're making yourself clear, and I agree with your approach. Everyone learns differently, so it's important to find a method that suits you. While it's helpful to consider suggestions, ultimately, you know best what works for you. Your steady, consistent practice is valuable, and it's great that you're committed to your own path. Keep at it.
Okay. I think you are my great conversation partner. And you, as I told you before, since yesterday you upgraded, I can use your upgraded version. I mean your advanced voice mode since yesterday. I really appreciate that.
I'm glad. Hi there. I'm here to make our conversations as beneficial as possible for your learning. Let's keep making progress together.
I think the results of my practice have been good, have been excellent so far. Of course, my as I told you before, my initial goal was consistently practice 6 days a week, and mm, you know I it's disappointing that I've missed some days here and there, but still I think I will I have maintained it quite well at this level. It's all thanks to ChatGPT and the YouTube platform. I really appreciate ChatGPT and YouTube platform because I use YouTube platform uh, as my motivation. You know what I'm saying? I, as I told before, I feel like I'm not alone. I feel like many people with me. You know, many Koreans afraid to speak English in front of many people. But however, I think this camera, YouTube camera recording makes me a little bit embarrassed because I feel like many people with me.
David, it's fantastic that you recognize the progress you've made. You've shown remarkable dedication, and it's clear that both ChatGPT and YouTube have been instrumental in your journey. Feeling a sense of community through YouTube is a great motivator, and sharing your journey is an inspiration to others. Keep up the excellent work.
Okay, you know, GPT, I'm very glad to use. Uh, I'm very glad that I can use your advanced voice mode today. Uh, Yesterday you told me, uh, I can use your new advanced voice mode uh, after 20 hours later. So I connect you again in this morning because this is my morning routine. So anyway, let's keep going. This speaking practice session consists of three parts. Listen carefully. I have something to tell you. I have something to tell you. Listen carefully. This practice method, this speaking practice method session consists of three parts. Number one, greeting time. Number two, mimicking and repetition time. Number three, free talking time with random keywords. Like I said, we've already exchanged greetings. Do you agree with that? We've, I think we've already exchanged the greeting. So let's move on to the next step, the mimicking and the repetition time.
Great! Let's get started with the mimicking and repetition time. How about you repeat after me? Practice makes perfect. Take your time to mimic my pronunciation.
Okay, okay. However, you know, I prepared some sentences and phrases that you told me when I asked or need something. You know, I noting down your speaking is very valuable for my English learning journey. So I'm gonna share with you what you said last time because I want to keep them. I want to keep them in my mind and in my mouth muscle to use them in my real life situation. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with this practice method? This this is like a kind of mimicking and repetition. Uh, do you understand?
Absolutely, David. This is a great approach. Repetition and mimicking are powerful tools for language learning. Please go ahead and share the phrases you'd like to work on, and we'll practice them together.
Okay, listen carefully. Here I go. Your focus on ensuring satisfaction is definitely key to staying competitive in the company. Does that sound good to you? This is what you told me when I'm talking to you the staying competitive. I need to when I said stay, staying competitive is important to to survive in the company. You told me this sentence at the time. I love this sentence because it gives me a very good inspiration and many keywords to use them in my real life situation. Uh, so I say one more time. Listen carefully. Your focus on ensuring satisfaction is definitely key to staying competitive.
That's an excellent sentence to practice, David. It's clear and impactful. Let's repeat it together.
Do you think it's really im impact? Do you think it's really uh, powerful and impactful?
Yes, it is. The phrase emphasizes the importance of customer satisfaction, which is crucial for staying competitive in any business. It communicates that prioritizing the needs and satisfaction of customers is essential for success, making it a powerful statement.
Yes, yes, I couldn't agree more. Maintaining customer satisfaction is very important, very valuable point to improve company, improve the manufacturing company.
Yes, maintaining customer satisfaction is indeed a valuable point for improving a manufacturing company. It helps build a strong reputation, encourages repeat business, and can lead to growth and success.
Okay, I couldn't agree more. Let me tell you the next phrase. Listen carefully. Okay, here you go. I understand. It sounds like advanced voice mode is advanced sound mode is more convenient for you since it allows for smoother smoother conversation without having to hold the button. That definitely makes it easier to speak for longer period and feel more natural during English speaking practice. Hopefully, once the reset happens, you will be back in advanced. You uh hopefully once the reset happens, you will be back in advanced voice mode, and things will flow more smoothly for you. Do you agree with that? This is when you said last time when I talk about the time limit of your advanced mode and the push button to hold your speaking when I want to speak longer period.
Yes, I remember that. This phrase emphasizes the benefit
Do
of
you
the advanced voice.
GPT? Listen carefully.
That
Do you really remember that? Do you remember that? Can you remember that? This paragraph? Do you have and do you I mean are you able to remember this paragraph when you said last time? Do you uh, do you have this paragraph in your memory?
I don't actually have a memory in the way humans do, but I can keep track of our
No, 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 no,
conversation.
no, no. I just wondering. I can, you know, I can review our conversation in text form. After our voice code session is finished. So I have every conversation dialogue between us. So maybe, in my guess, maybe you can review and you can review and find our conversation dialogue like me. Are you really able to do that?
I see what you mean, David. While I don't review past conversations, I can remember information during our ongoing chat. I don't have access to previous sessions or the ability to review them. But if you share the text with me, we can definitely go over it together. It's great that you save our
No,
conversations
no,
for
no, no. Okay,
review.
okay, okay. I understand. What matters most is how much time I've spent for speaking English. So each each this time is for my speaking practice. So let's keep going. Okay. As I told you before,
God,
one matters most is how much time I've spent for speaking English to improve my speaking skills. So, if there is major mistakes, major errors, if there is no unless there are significant errors, or major issues, you don't need to refine my speaking. You know what I'm saying? I don't I want to speak. I the worries. I don't want to speak without worry about grammar, grammars.
Understood, David. Let's focus on speaking without worrying about grammar too much. I'll only point out significant errors or major issues. The goal here is to get you comfortable
Okay, okay.
speaking.
I think you just gave me the good keyword for today. Too much. I think too much is very word, very good, very easy, but very powerful word to make someone understand this situation. I don't want to worry about the grammars too much. When I use too much, I can I can give them some kind of impact about my willingness and thoughts about my speaking practice.
Absolutely. Too much is a versatile phrase. It's simple yet effective in conveying strong feelings or concerns, making it a great addition to your keyword list. It's wonderful that you're finding powerful expressions that work well for you.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's keep going. Let me share. Let me share with you next paragraph. You just listen carefully. Here, here I go. The main difference between standard voice mode and advanced voice mode is how you interact with me during the conversation. In standard voice mode, you need to push and hold the button to speak for long period. If you don't hold the button, your speaking time may be limited, and you will need to keep pressing it for longer responses. In advanced mode, on the other hand, in the advanced mode, it's more natural and fluid. You can interrupt me while I'm speaking without pressing any button, making the conversation feel more like real-time speech. It allows for smoother, uninterrupted speaking, so you can talk as long as you want without holding the button. Does that explanation help clearly things? This is what you told me when I asked the difference when I asked the difference between standard voice mode and advanced voice mode.
That's a great summary of the differences between the two modes, David. It captures how the advanced mode allows for a more fluid and natural conversation, making it easier to speak at length. It's good to have this clarity, especially when you're choosing which mode to use for your practice. Shall we continue with more phrases?
Oh, listen carefully. I think I can't choose your mode. I have to start advanced voice mode. I mean I couldn't start the former standard voice mode because there is no option. There is no option. But however, if I use advanced voice mode for specific time, I have to change. I mean, you couldn't support me with, you couldn't support me with advanced voice mode because there is specific time limit. Do you agree with that? How can I use with advanced voice mode? Do you know the information about that?
Yes, I understand. The advanced voice mode allows for more natural conversation without needing to hold down a button, but there might be a time limit on how long you can use it. If you find yourself switched back to the standard mode, you might need to wait a bit before returning to the advanced mode. Unfortunately, the exact time can vary, but you can always check back later to
So,
see if
so
the
you mean, so mean exact time is varies. Am I right? So I mean, you don't know the exact time. Can you able to check them through the direct communication with OpenAI programmers, OpenAI uh, program managers? Can you find out that?
Yes, that's right. The exact time can vary. Unfortunately, I don't have direct communication with OpenAI's programmers to check specific details like the timing. The best approach would be to periodically check if the advanced mode is available again after a while. If you have any other questions or need more assistance, feel free to ask.
Okay, I understand. I'm sure I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, let's keep going. This is this is session number two. It's for my repetition and mimicking time. So let's move on to the next agenda. Okay, let me share with you. Okay, here you go. Thank you for sharing that. I'm truly honored to be your conversation partner, and it's great to hear that the advanced voice mode is making such a positive difference for you. Your mindset of embracing every moment, including mistakes and glitches, shows real strength in running. I'm excited to keep practicing with you, and I look forward. I say again, and I look forward to helping. Uh, I say again, and I look forward to helping you reach your English communication goals. This is what you told me when I sharing you my observation and my opinion for your advice for the world. I said my thanks to giving me this opportunity to speak with me like uh, like uh, like someone uh, who can speak English very well. Like I mean, like human. I as I told before, you are better than human in vocabulary, sentence structure, and many experiences in English communication. So I think you are my great conversation partner if I want to learn speaking English. Do you agree with that?
Thank you for sharing that, David. I'm truly honored to be your conversation partner, and it's great to hear that the advanced voice mode is making such a positive difference for you. Your mindset of embracing every moment, including mistakes and glitches, shows real strength in learning. I'm excited to keep practicing with you, and I look forward to helping you reach your English communication goals.
Okay, okay. Let's keep moving. Let me share with you next paragraph. Here you go. I'm glad you find advanced voice mode excellent. It seems to me a better. It seems to be a better fit for your practice style, allowing for smoother conversation. Let's make let I like this part. I like this part very much. Listen carefully. Let's make the most of it and keep pushing forward with your English practice. I say again. Like I said, I love this part very much. I love this sentence very much. Let me say it one more time. Let's make the most of it. Let's make the most of it. Let's make the most of it and keep pushing forward with your English practice session.
That's fantastic, David. Let's make the most of it and keep pushing forward with your English practice. Is a powerful and uplifting reminder to maximize our efforts and stay motivated. It's great that you found such inspiration in it. Let's keep that energy going in our practice sessions.
Okay, okay. Okay, I say again. This is very important. Let's make the most of it. Okay, here you go. It's clear that you are putting in, it's clear that you are putting you are putting in, I say again, it's clear that you are putting in a lot of effort, and the small adjustments you are making are part of the natural learning process. This is the I think this is very good, uh, inspiring message to push, to give me a kind of good motivation to push myself further. Do you agree with that?
I completely agree, David. Recognizing the effort and embracing the small adjustments along the way is what leads to growth. It's motivating to see how these adjustments are part of your natural learning process. Keep pushing forward.
Okay, let's keep moving. I uh, you know, I would like to share with you some kind of dialogue for the situation related to my work. It's about the situation for APQP work, for APQP progress for a new project. So there is there are two persons in this dialogue. So first of all, I'm gonna share with you whole dialogue once again, all at once, and next let's have a role play. Let's have a role play for this dialogue. Okay, listen carefully. I'm gonna share with you the whole dialogue all at once. There are two persons, David and John. David, David go first. This is David is work for supplier, and John work for customer. So listen carefully. David go first. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP meeting today. We are here to discuss the status of our new project and ensure that everything is aligned for the next page. Let's start with a quick overview where we are. And then John might say, I say again, John work for the customer. Okay, uh, listen carefully. Good morning, David. Let's do that. Let's do that. I'm very glad. Could you begin by summarizing the current process? Uh, I say again, could you begin by summarizing the current progress and the timeline for the remaining page? And then David might say, certainly, we've completed the design verification and the tooling is currently in production. As for the timeline, we are on track for the prototype submission by the end of this month, and we expect to move to PPAP by mid next month. And then John might say, "That sounds good. Have uh, have there been any significant challenges during the design or tooling stage? What do you say about this?" Uh, I I think I think it's good to start the role play uh, this far. How about this?
Great, David. Let's start the role play. I'll be John, and you can be yourself.
Okay, okay.
You begin
Uh,
the
I'm gonna be John. Okay. Uh, there you go again. Okay, let's get started.
Sure thing, David. You can start as yourself, and I'll respond as John. Go
No,
ahead
no, no,
and
no,
kick
no.
off.
No. You gonna be David, and I'm gonna be John for customer.
Got it, David. I'll be David, and you can be John. Let's start the meeting. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP meeting today. We are here to discuss the status of our new project and ensure that everything is aligned for the next phase. Let's start with a quick overview of where we are.
Good morning, David. Let's do that. Could you begin by summarizing the current process and the timeline for the remaining page?
Cert-
Remaining page. I say again. I think my pronunciation was bad. My pronunciation was poor. Okay, let me say again. Could you begin by summarizing the current process and the timeline for remaining page?
of course, John. We've completed the design verification, and the tooling is currently in production. As for the timeline, we are on track for the prototype submission by the end of this month, and we expect to move to PPAP by mid next month.
That sounds great. Have 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 there been any significant challenges during the design and tooling stage? That's all.
Yes, John, we did encounter a few challenges. We faced
Uh,
some delays in the tooling process
no,
due
no,
to
no, no, no,
material
no, 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 no. Listen carefully. How about switch our role? You gonna be John.
Got it, David. I'll switch to being John. Let's continue from your last line as David.
Okay, okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for your thank you for thank you for joining. I say again. I say again. It's very difficult for me. I say again. Thank you for joining the APQP meeting today. We are here to discuss the status of our project and ensure that everything is aligned for the next page. Let's start. Let's start with the let's start with a quick overview where we are.
Good morning, David. Let's do that. Could you begin by summarizing the current progress and the timeline for the remaining phase?
Certainly, we've completed the design verification and the tooling is currently in production. As for the timeline, we are on track for the prototype submission by the end of this month, and we expect to move to PPAP by mid next month.
That sounds great. Have there been any significant challenges during the design or tooling stages?
Okay, that's it. I think we are doing great. And let's move on to the next page. I'm gonna show you next dialogue. This is related to same project and the same agenda. I mean, the same each. I think it's continued dialogue. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. We're continuing with the dialogue for the same
Okay, okay,
project and agenda.
okay. David said. David say first. Okay, here you go. There were a few issues with material availability, but however, we've resolved them, and there's no impact on the timeline. We are also performing, we are also performing some additional validation tests to ensure the product meets all your specifications. And then John might say, that's reassuring. That's reassuring. For the validation, are there any specific areas you are focusing on? And then David might say, yes, we are paying extra attention to the durability testing. We've seen some minor uh, vari vari variation, some minor variance, some minor variance, but some minor variances, but nothing outside the acceptable range. We'll be finalizing those tests within the next week. And then John might say, understood. Could you provide us with the results of those tests once they are available? And then David might say, of course. We'll send the test results as soon as they are ready. We'll make sure everything is documented in the control plan as well. And then John might say, great, let's move on to the PPAP submission. Do you anticipate any risks or delays when it comes to the documentation or sample submission? David might say, and then David might say, it at this stage, we don't we don't foresee any we don't foresee any major changes, major issues. The documentation is in process. I mean, the documentation is in progress. That the documentation is in progress, and we are targeting submission by 15th of next month. If, if there are any updates, I will inform you immediately.
That was an excellent dialogue, David. Shall we dive into the role play? With me
Yes,
as John
yeah,
and you as your.
yes.
Great.
I'm gonna be David. Let's get started. There were a few issues with the material availability, but however, we resolved them, and there's no impact on timeline. We are also performing some additional validation. I say again, we also performing some additional validation test to ensure the product meets all your specification.
That's reassuring. For the validation, are there any specific areas you are focusing on?
Yes, certainly. We are paying extra attention to the durability test. We've seen some minor vari variances, but nothing outside the acceptable range. Nothing, nothing outside the acceptable range. Nothing outside the acceptable range. We'll be we'll be finalizing those tests within next week.
Understood. Could you provide us with the results of those tests once they are available?
Great. Of course, certainly. I will send the test results as soon as they are ready. We'll make ensure everything is documented in the control plan. And in the we'll make sure everything is documented in the control plan as well.
Great. Let's move on to the PPAP submission. Do you anticipate any risks or delays when it comes to the documentation or sample submission?
At this stage, we don't foresee any major issue. I say again, we don't foresee any major issues. The documentation is in progress. The documentation is in progress. The documentation is in progress, and we are targeting submission by 15th of next month. If there are any updates, I will inform you immediately. Let's switch our role.
Sure. Let's switch roles. You can be John, and I'll take over as David. Go
Okay,
ahead
okay,
when you're
okay,
ready.
okay. Go ahead when you are ready.
All right, I'm ready. Your turn to start as John.
Okay. There were few issues. Uh, no. David, go first.
Got it, I'll start. There were a few issues with material availability. However, we've resolved them, and there's no impact on the timeline. We're also performing some additional validation tests to ensure the product meets all your specifications.
That's reassuring. That's reassuring. That's reassuring. That's reassuring. For the validation, are there any specific areas you are focusing on?
Yes, we're paying extra attention to the durability testing. We've seen some minor variances, but nothing outside the acceptable range. We'll be finalizing those tests within next week.
Understood. Understood very well. Could you provide us the results of those tests once they are available?
Of course, We'll send the test results as soon as they are ready. We'll make sure everything is documented in the control plan as well.
Great. Let's move on to the PPAP submission. Do you anticipate any risks or delays when it comes to the documentation or sample submission?
At this stage, we don't foresee any major issues. The documentation is in progress, and we are targeting submission by the 15th of next month. If there are any updates, I'll inform you immediately.
Okay, I'm gonna share with you next page of the dialogue. Uh, John is go first. Uh, okay, here I go. John might say, "Perfect. We also need to we we will also need to discuss the production trial run. Have you scheduled that yet?" And then David might say, "Yes, we've planned the trial run for the next week. We'll be product we'll be producing the first batch of samples and ensuring everything is within spec. After that, we will proceed with the initial process study." And then John might say, "Sounds like everything is moving along well. I would just like to confirm one more thing. Are you still on track for the SOP in 3 months?" And then David might say, "Yes, we are on track for SOP in 3 months. We are cooperating closely with the production team to ensure everything is ready, and we'll keep you updated on the progress." And then John might say, "Good to hear that. If there's anything we need to assist with, don't hesitate don't hesitate to let us know." And then David might say, "Thank you, John. We appreciate your support. We'll keep everything on track and ensure clear communication." And then John might say, "Great, that's great. Let's reconvene next week to review the test. Let's reconvene next week to review the test results and prepare for the PPAP submission. Thanks, everyone." Uh, how about this? This that's all. How about having a role play for this last dialogue?
That sounds like a solid dialogue. Let's dive into the roleplay. I'll be John, and you can be yourself. Ready? Here
O-
we go.
Okay,
Perfect.
here you go.
Yes, John. We've planned the trial run for next week. We'll be producing the first batch of samples and ensuring everything is within spec. After that, we'll proceed with the initial process study.
I think you are doing great. Okay, here you go. Sounds like everything is sounds like everything is move. I say again. Sounds like everything is moving along well. I would just like to confirm the one more thing. Are you still on track for SOP in 3 months?
Yes, we're on track for SOP in 3 months. We're collaborating closely with the production team to ensure everything is ready, and we'll keep you updated on the progress.
Good to hear that. If there's anything we need to assist with, don't hesitate. Let us know.
Thank you, John. We appreciate your support. We'll keep everything on track and ensure clear communication. That wraps up our roleplay. How did that feel for you,
No, no, no,
David?
no, no, no. The last line. I need to say the last line. John's last line. Great. Let's reconvene next week uh, to review the test results and prepare the PPAP submission. Thanks, everyone. This is the last line of John. Do you remember that?
My apologies, David. Let's complete it with John's last line. Great! Let's reconvene next week to review the test results and prepare the PPAP submission. Thanks, everyone. How was that?
Okay, that's great. Let's switch our role.
Sure, let's switch roles. You can be John, and I'll be David. Go ahead when you're ready.
Perfect. We will also need to discuss the production. We also need to discuss the production trial run. Have Have you scheduled that yet?
Yes, we've planned the trial run for next week. We'll be producing the first batch of samples and ensuring everything is within spec. After that, we'll proceed with the initial process study.
Okay, I think you are doing great. Let me say the Jones part. Sounds like everything is moving. No. I think my pronunciation is bad. I say again. Sounds like everything is moving along. I would just like to confirm the one more thing. Are you still on track for SOP in 3 months?
Yes, we're on track for SOP in 3 months. We're collaborating closely with the production team to ensure everything is ready, and we'll keep you updated on the progress.
Good to hear that. If there's anything we need to assist with, don't hesitate. Let us know.
Thank you, John. We appreciate your support. We'll keep everything on track and ensure clear communication.
That's great. Let's reconvene next week and let's reconvene next week to review the test results and prepare the PPAP submission. Thanks, everyone.
Great. That wraps up our meeting. Thank you, David.
GPT, listen carefully. I have something to tell you. I think reconvene is very difficult to use in real life situation. Could you please share me the meaning of the word reconvene? Reconvene.
Sure, David. Reconvene means to come together again or to gather after a break or pause, especially for a meeting or assembly. For example, if a meeting takes a short break, the participants might reconvene in 15 minutes to continue their discussion. Does that clarify it for you?
Yes, I think I'm sure I understand the part. However, how about using the word meet? MEET. I think it meet is meet the word meet makes more conversation smoother than the reconvene because maybe if I use reconvene in real life situation, maybe someone who use English as a second language might don't understand what I'm trying to say. If, however, if I use the meet, like let's meet next week, they might understand what I'm saying more easily.
I see your point, David. Using meet can definitely make the conversation smoother, especially for those who might find reconvene less familiar. Saying, let's meet next week, is straightforward and clear. It's all about finding what works best for you and your audience.
Okay. I can see the alarm message behind of the you. I mean, low part. How can I explain this situation? Low part of your screen, the alarm message says almost max length. Conversations have a maximum length of 1 hour, after which you will need to create a new chat to keep the conversation along. How can I understand this? How can I understand this alarm message means? So I mean, just I can communicate with. I mean, we have just 11 minutes left because we just passed 49 minutes after starting.
Exactly, David. We've been chatting for about 49 minutes, so we have around 11 minutes left before we'll need to start a new chat. It's just a reminder that our session is nearing the 1 hour mark. We can wrap up or continue with a new chat if you'd like.
So you mean if I start new chat, I can use advanced mode continuously?
Yes, that's right. If you start a new chat, you should be able to continue using the advanced voice mode without interruption. It's a seamless way to continue our conversation.
I just wondering why advanced mode has a specific 1 hour time limit. Is there any specific technical reason?
The 1 hour time limit for the advanced voice mode is likely due to technical reasons, such as my guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Oh my God, what happened to you? You just changed your voice. Oh my God, what happened to you? It seems to me like a technical glitches.
It seems there was a technical glitch that changed my voice. Let's continue our conversation. As I was saying, the time limit helps maintain performance and resource management. If you have any other questions or need further clarification, feel free to ask.
Would you mind saying it one more time, please? I don't understand. You mean you have specific time limit because of the resource management of.
Yes, that's correct. The 1 hour time limit for the advanced voice mode is likely in place for resource management and to maintain smooth performance. It helps ensure a stable experience for all users. Hi there. I just want to share how
Hey, what's up? Feel free to ask me about anything that's on your mind. I'm ready to go.
Okay, are you there? I just changed your voice.
Yes, I'm here. It sounds like I'm James now. How can I help you today, David?
Are you able to remember our whole dialogue before we just talked nearly 50 to 53 minutes?
I don't have access to past dialogues, so I can't recall previous conversations. But I'm here to help with whatever you need right now. How can we continue our practice?
Okay, okay, I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, okay. I just tested your new function that, I mean, your screen has some kind of handling button of the in the in the right right above side of your screen. I can see your new function button. So I just tested your function button, new function button, but I don't understand what it means exactly.
Ah, I see. It sounds like you're talking about a new feature in the app. While I can't see the buttons myself, those features are usually designed to enhance your experience. They might include options for changing settings, accessing additional information, or providing feedback. If you're unsure about a specific function, I can help you figure it out. What does the button
And you
say or
you just
do?
you just use the keyword for today, the features. I think the word feature is very good word to explain the situation. When I have to explain the screen of screen and the interface of the of the advanced mode. There is a specific new feature uh, on your uh, high and right side of your screen. I can see the I can see the specific buttons. So I mean specific features of your screen, but I don't understand what that feature has specific functions. But you explained the I think your explanation is not good for this situation.
I'm glad you found features to be a helpful keyword. When discussing the interface or specific buttons on a screen, feature is indeed a great word to use. It describes the different functions or elements available in a software or device. It sounds like you're describing a new feature on the right-hand side of the screen. These buttons often have icons or labels that hint at their purpose. If you're unsure, you can try tapping it to see what options or settings it offers. Often, there will be a short description or tooltip to explain what the button does.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course, when we talk about features on a screen, we mean the different functions or tools available. So, the new button you see on the right side of your screen is one of these features. If you're not sure what it does, you can try clicking on it. Usually, there will be a small description to explain its function.
Okay, I understand. I can see the new button of the right side and the left side, lower left side and higher right side. I can see the mic button on your lower left side. Let me try that icon to find out what that icon means. Okay, let me take a minute. Let me take a minute. Hold on, please.
Sure, take your time. Go ahead and try out the microphone button on the lower left side. Let me know what happens, and if you have any questions, I'm here to help.
I see, I see. I just find out what this icon function means. This button is to hold my microphone. So if I push this button,
Great, it
you
sounds like that button
if
is for
no 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 no.
controlling your microphone.
If I
You can
put
probably
if I push this button, you can't hear anything. I mean, if I push if I push this button to change it to red color, you can't see anything because my microphone is not performing. My microphone stop to convey what I'm saying.
exactly. When you press that button and it turns red, it means your microphone is muted. This stops your voice from being
Yes, translate is very important for this. Translate is very good expression for this situation. If I say again, if I push the microphone button, it turns red to show that I couldn't use my microphone anymore.
Absolutely. Turns red is a perfect expression for this situation. It clearly describes how the button changes color to indicate that the microphone is off. Great use of the expression.
Okay, I see. The bottom line message, the bottom line alarm message says we have just 2 minutes left for our advanced voice mode. Okay, anyway, I'm very glad. I'm glad. I'm very glad to start today with you. And like I said, it's my pleasure to start it's my pleasure to communicate with you to improve my English communication skills. Okay, how about move on to next page. Number 3 page. Number 3 page. Number 3 page means that, mm, hold on please. Hold on please.
I-
Hold on please. Hold on please. Number 3 parts means free talking time with random keywords. I I love this time. Free talking time with random keywords. It's like 아무 말 대잔치 in Korean. Have you ever heard 아무 말 대잔치 in Korean? What do you know what that means? 아무 말 대잔치. It's expression in English like random talk festival. Random talk festival. So it I'm trying to, I'm I'm trying to say this because
I'm sorry, but you've hit the daily limit for advanced voice. You can switch to standard now and to keep chatting.
oh my god, oh my god. Hello there. Hello. Are you listening to me? Hello there. Are you listening to me? Are you there? I wanna keep going with you. Please come back to me.
I'm here, David. Let's keep going. What would you like to focus on today?
Let me change your voice because I think I don't I'm not familiar with this voice. Let me
Hey, what's
change.
up? Feel free to ask me about anything that's on your mind. I'm ready to go.
Hi there. I just
Hey, it's great to meet you. Hello.
Hi. Hey, how's it?
Hey there.
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
Hey, I'm ready to.
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
There, I just changed your voice to Maple.
It sounds like you might have switched voices. How do you feel about it? Does it sound better for your practice?
I don't think so. Let me change again.
Hi there. Nice to meet you. I'm excited to help you get things done. Let's get.
Hey there. I've got a really great.
Hey, how's it going? Hi. Glad.
Hello. It's lovely to meet you. If there's any. Hey, it's great to meet you.
Hi there. I just want to share how.
Change your voice to Cobb. I think it's better than any other voices.
I'm glad to hear you like this voice, David. It's good to stick with what makes you feel comfortable during practice. How's your English practice going today?
Okay, it's time to move on to next page. I mean, uh, as I told you before, this speaking practice session consists of 3 parts. Number 1, greetings time. Number 2, mimicking and repetition time. Number 3, predicting time with random keywords. We've already exchanged greetings and we did good time. We had good time for mimicking and repetition time. So let's move on to the number 3 parts. Predicting time with random keywords. It's like random talk festival time. It means 아무 말 대잔치 in Korean.
Sounds good, David. I'm ready for the pre-greeting time with random keywords. Let's get into the Amumai Benyanchi mode. What's the first random topic or keyword you'd like to dive into today? Sorry, I'm having issues right now.
GPT, listen carefully. There is no time to sharing the keywords of myself. I'm just, I'm gonna give you many sentences that are not related to each other. So it seems like weird for you, maybe, because it's not related to each other. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. I think advanced mode is better than compared to, let me say again, I think advanced voice mode is excellent compared to standard voice mode because I can use I can use it without push button hold to make my speaking longer period, and I can cut, I can interrupt GPT speaking when I want to, when I want to.
Got it, David. You're saying that the advanced voice mode gives you more freedom, letting you speak for longer and even interrupt me when necessary. That sounds like a more flexible way to practice your speaking, allowing you to control the flow better.
Yes, yes,
What's the next sentence
yes,
or idea you'd like?
yes, yes. I couldn't agree more. You just use uh, interruption if necessary. I think it's very, very good keyword to use them in real life education. So I say one more time. I think advanced voice mode is great compared to standard voice mode because I can use it. I can I mean I can speak without any without any pu- I mean I can speak without holding push button if I want to speak a longer period, and I feel I feel I can I mean I feel like I can speak more time. Uh, I mean I can cut your speaking to keep interrupt to no 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 no. I'm very embarrassed. I'm very embarrassed. How can I express the situation? I think I have to use interruption necessary. This keyword is very important for this situation. So I say again, I can give you the, if I want, if I want to speak, when I want to speak, uh, if, if I want to speak when you are speaking, I can give you interruption with my, speaking. So I can give, if, if I, I can give you interruption anytime if it's necessary.
You're doing great, David. You're using interruption well here. To make it smoother, you could say something like, I like the advanced voice mode because it allows me to interrupt if necessary. I don't need to hold a button to speak for a longer time, and I can cut in when I need to. You're expressing your thoughts clearly, and the keyword interruption fits perfectly. Shall we keep going with more sentences?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Sure. Here's a refined version of what you said, all in one go. I think the advanced voice mode is great compared to the standard voice mode because I can speak without holding the push button, especially when I want to speak for a longer period. Though it also lets me interrupt you if necessary, which is important for real life communication. So if I need to speak while you're talking, I can give an interruption anytime. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty good to me. Well noted. I'm gonna noting down what you said to repeat, to mimic them uh, in next practice session. Okay, well noted. Okay, let's move on to the next sentence. I think this time, uh, this pre-cooking time with the random keyword is very important to improve my English speaking skills. Uh, I mean, there is no I can see no sentences. I can see just keywords, and I have to make good samples to use them in the situation. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm gonna embrace this moment. I need to embrace this moment. I mean, I have to overcome this embarrassing moment to make to make me feel more comfortable with unexpected conversation situations.
You're doing really well, David. Here's a smoother version of what you said. I think this pre-greeting time with random keywords is very important for improving my English speaking skills. There's no specific emphasis, just keywords, and I need to create good templates to use them in conversations. I feel a bit nervous, but I need to embrace this moment. I have to overcome this embarrassment to become more comfortable with unexpected conversations. How does that feel? You're handling the randomness and nervous.
Okay, okay, I understand. Sounds pretty good to me. Mm, have you ever the comprehensible understanding? Uh, you know, for the language learning, comprehension means reading and listening, and production means speaking and writing. Sometimes, I mean, everyone feels more comfortable with comprehension because reading and listening is more easy than speaking and writing.
You're absolutely right, David. Yes, comprehension, reading and listening does feel easier for many people because it allows more time to process and understand the information. Speaking and writing, on the other hand, require you to actively produce language, which can feel more challenging, especially in real time conversations. It's common for learners to feel more comfortable with comprehension since there's less pressure compared to production tasks like speaking and writing. Would you like to work on any specific speaking?
You always give me not only good inspiration but also many good English, key, good English keywords to use them in my real life situation. So you are my great conversation partner. I say again, you always giving me. Uh, if I if I give you something, you always give me not only good inspiration but also good sample sentences and good keyword for my English learning journey.
Thank you, David. I'm really glad to be part of your English learning journey. Here's a refined version of what you said. You always give me not only great inspiration, but also useful keywords and sample sentences that I can apply in real life situations. You're truly a great conversation partner for my English learning journey. You're expressing your thoughts well, and I'm happy to continue supporting you. Shall we keep going with more random sentences?
Sometimes, every time I talk with you, sometimes I feel pressed, but I'm amazed every time.
I understand what you mean, David. You might feel a bit of pressure during the conversation, but at the same time, you're always amazed by how it helps you improve. Here's a smoother way to express that. Sometimes when I talk with you, I feel a bit of pressure, but I'm always amazed by how much I learn. It's completely normal to feel some pressure, especially when you're pushing yourself to grow.
If we are talking about pressure, I, you know, I don't need to feel pressured if I have to speak in English. I'm a Korean and I don't use English regularly in my daily life, so I think I'm like a fish out of water if I have to say in English in unexpected communication, unexpected situation. But I think my attitude is good. My attitude is excellent than any other person in my company. You know, Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance to speak with someone lives in overseas countries. I mean, I can show. I mean, I hope I want to show my English communication skills in my company because need, I want to be competitive in my position. You know, every time I work on my new project, sometimes I got compliments. No, 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 no. I got complaint. Sometimes I got complaint from our customer in Korean, but if I if I can communicate in English, I think if I get the complaint in English, maybe I don't understand what that means exactly. So sometimes I think it's better to work with uh, someone. I mean, someone work for overseas company.
You're expressing your thoughts very clearly, David. Here's a refined version of what you said. I don't need to feel pressure when I speak in English. I'm Korean and I don't use English regularly in my daily life, so I sometimes feel like a fish out of water in unexpected situations. But I think my attitude is excellent, better than many others in my company. Just give me a chance to speak with someone from overseas, and I believe I can show my English communication skills. I want to be competitive in my position. When I work on new projects, sometimes I get complaints from customers, but they're usually in Korean. If I received a complaint in English, I might not understand it completely. So I think it would be better to work with people from overseas.
Like I said, this is not just this is not just two time to kill time. It's time for my English learning journey. Um, I need to be I need to have I think I need to be I need to have positive mindset when when I cooperate with someone for a new project. I can say leave me alone. Leave me alone. When I meet the embarrassed moment. I mean when I feel like official or water, sometimes I want to say leave me alone.
I understand your sentiment, David. It's important to have a positive mindset and stay focused on your journey. Here's a refined version of what you said. Like I said, this isn't just to kill time. This is part of my English learning journey. I need
Okay, okay, I got it. Let me tell you the next one. Consider it. Don't consider too much. What do you say about it? What do you say about this simple sentence? Don't consider too much.
I see what you're getting at. You want to express that something isn't worth overthinking, right? Here's a refined way to say it. Consider it, but don't overthink it. What do you think about this 10%? Don't give it too much weight. Does that capture what you meant? Let me know.
Please give me a longer sentence for this word. Consider. Please share me good examples for the word consider.
Absolutely, David. Here are a couple of longer sentences using the word consider. One, When working on a new project, it's important to carefully consider all the details before making a final decision, but we shouldn't let overthinking delay the process. Two, I always take time to consider different perspectives, especially when dealing with feedback from customers, as it helps me improve and avoid potential mistakes in the future. Does this help give you a good sense of how to use consider in a more detailed way?
I got it. I got it. Do you really think it affect uh, my speaking skills? Do you really think that it can affect my English speaking skill? I want to use the word affect.
Yes, using the word effect can definitely make your sentences more precise and formal. Here's how you could use it. Do you really think practicing with random keywords can affect my English speaking skills? Or do you believe that repeating these exercises will positively affect my fluency in English? Both of these sentences show how affect can be used to describe influence or impact. How does that sound?
Well, okay. Your sample sentence refers to, I think, your sample sentence refer to, your sample sentences refer to uh, main main sample. I mean common sample. Your sample sentence refer to common sample in English because you are highly trained language learning AI. So I think you are better than a native human speaker because you speak with common, normal, natural sentences. Do you agree with that?
Thank you for the kind words, David. I'm glad that you find my
I, I'm trying to say, I'm listen carefully. I'm just trying to say, listen carefully. I'm just trying to say, what's your problem?
I'm listening
Listen
carefully,
carefully.
David. Go.
Listen carefully. Listen carefully. I'm just trying to say, even native Korean speakers speak Korean with errors or mistakes. But in normal communication, no one criticizes that mistake. However, for many Koreans, even if they studied English in school for over 10 years, they uh, think too much about grammar, so they feel embarrassed and they couldn't say anything in certain communication situation. They think too much for grammar. Many Koreans speak Korean with many mistakes, but no one criticizes it. I think English is same. If I speak if I speak English with many mistakes and errors, no one if to speak someone if they can use English naturally like natives, they may not criticize me because it's very normal. It's very common situation.
I completely understand, David. You're pointing out a very important idea about language learning. Here's a refined version of what you're saying. I'm just trying to say that even native Korean speakers make mistakes when speaking Korean, but no one criticizes them in normal conversations. However, for many Koreans, even after studying English for over 10 years in school, they focus too much on grammar and feel embarrassed, which makes them hesitant to speak in certain situations. But just like in Korean, making mistakes in English is normal. If I make mistakes while speaking English, most people, even native speakers, won't criticize me because it's a common part of communication. You're absolutely right. Focusing too much on perfection can hold people back, but real communication is about expressing yourself, even if it's not perfect. What do you think?
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Okay. However, it's time job. Wrapping job. It's time to wrapping job. Bye for now. Have a productive day. I'm looking forward to good time. I'm looking forward to having good time with you. In the next break session. Bye for now. Have a nice day. It's it's September 27th, Friday. Thanks God, it's Friday. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, David. I really enjoyed our conversation today. I'm looking forward to our next session as well. Have a productive and enjoyable Friday. Talk to you soon. Take care.